Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Messages of Love from Above. I'm excited to see what messages come through. Let me just lower my microphone a little bit. I do need to get some WD-40 for that. But thank you guys so much for being here. And before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me, I, of course, welcome that. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all gather together outside of space and time and send that love out to the world. And we do make a difference. So I'm just going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Just let that love cascade down and fill up our heart and overflow out to the world. Just surrounding the globe in a giant ball of light and love. That those hearts who are ready to awaken more and more and more, we send love to them right now to help spark that. And if you yourself are in need of love tonight for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. You are safe. You are so loved. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much in joining me in doing that and giving me this space to be able to do that. Before we get into the readings, I do, of course, want to make sure everyone is aware that I do have a weekly giveaway for personal reading, and next Monday's giveaway is for a 1 hour. I know what's going on with this man in here. It's spirit, it's gotta be. So here's the link to that video. So if you wanna check that out and see how you can get into that drawing, just check out that video to tell you everything you need to know. Also, happy March. I can't believe it's March already. All the March readings are out for each individual zodiac sign. It's all about what's falling away and what's springing forward because we're coming into the spring and fall equinox. Of course, spring northern hemisphere, fall in the southern hemisphere. So if you haven't checked that out, do that. And if you want to look at different aspects of your life, your sun sign is like your CEO. It's the main thing, but your moon is your emotions. Your Venus is how you love and want to be loved. Mercury, the planet Mercury is how you want to communicate, how to be communicated to. So all the planets offer you something different as well. So if you know that in your birth chart, you can check that out and get some extra input for the month of March. And then we also put out a pick a card. I think it was yesterday. It could be. All the days are running together. On what new territory are you walking toward? So you can check out that, pick a card if you guys want more additional messages as well. So there you go. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get my screen all set up here and we will get in to the readings. Hope everyone had an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you're at in the world. And I'm excited to see what messages come through here. All right. So I think that is good. That is where I can see everything. And if you're new to my channel or new to my the live readings, how we handle this, free readings are first come, first serve. I go down in order in the chat. No special list. You just put your question in the chat, and I answer those. I pull one or two cards for the free readings. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're looking for. And so we'll pull cards. But if you make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I do prioritize those readings and move them to the front of the line complete those, I do dive deeper into those as well. And then once I'm done, I go back in line where I left off for the free readings and continue going down the list. You can make a donation through the super chat at the bottom. YouTube does take a third of that. So if you want to make a donation another way, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. All that's listed in the pinned comment at the top of the chat and then also in the description box of the video. So that's the skinny on how that goes, but we will get started into the readings. And let me just double check here. All right. So we are set to go and don't have any donations. So we will start with the free readings. And Esmeralda, hello, good evening. And you'd like to know if Z and you will get into a romantic relationship. Let's take a look here. See what spirit would like you to know around this. Well, there's some powerful cards here. Excuse me. You have the Four of Wands, which does represent joy, celebration, gathering, could be wedding as well. And the Strength card also comes in here, which tells you, it's like you will head into a romantic relationship. But the Strength card, this beautiful dragon creature here is our human self, and this one up here is our higher self. The Strength card tells us that our human self, it comes down here, it's hungry and it's thirsty, unaware of our higher self in the beginning. So it feels kind of, isolated and desperate down here because it's hungry and it's told, like we all are, go out here into the outside world to find out what will make you take away your thirst and take away your hunger. We're told relationships and situations like job and education, etc., and things, our bodies, bank accounts, possessions, right? But all those things don't fulfill us for very long, if at all. So we end up being a hangry. It's usually a lion in the Strength card in the Standard Tarot. So it's a hangry, roaring lion in the jungle, thirsting after something more. And that's when our higher self goes, okay, it's time. We're roaring in desperation. Then our higher self, we become aware, and we realize that the our higher self is what is bringing us what we're really wanting, which is the unconditional love of up above. And so it transforms things. We are able to walk hand in hand, feeling no longer thirsty and so hungry anymore because we're getting what we need from our relationship with our higher self. But it transforms how we perceive love in the outside world and what we look at it for, um and how we sorry, my candles went psst, it's talking to you. It looks at things in a different way, and it wants to um, see it as abundance rather than lacking. So I do feel like you head off in this, but really spirit is nudging you to allow that to happen in its own timing. And while you're waiting, turn inward and upward and look into this relationship with your higher self. So I like it, Esmeralda, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Rishi. Hello, hello. You are up. You want to know what is coming for you in your future? Let's take a look here and see what spirit would like you to know. Okay, they have these two. All right. Well, it looks like you're having a transformation that's coming in here. By the way, I'm using these Santa Muerta um, Book of the Dead tarot. So if you see all the skeletons, that's what it's about. It's about connecting to our loved ones on the other side who have passed, and just the spirit world. So it's not a spooky thing. It's actually an honoring those who have come before us and a connection to our ancestors. So you have the Santa Muerta card, which is actually the death and rebirth card in the Standard Tarot. So that's where this rebirth comes from, this ending and this new beginning. And I love this because you have the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups, of course, represents transformation of emotion. We have the three cups that normally that we're looking down at and mourning, and that's okay. The Five of Cups tells us it we come down here to feel emotion, and so it's neither right or wrong, whatever emotion that we feel. They just impact us differently, right? When we focus in on the spilt cups, which are lack and um, what's missing, like, so what's missing in our life, what is in our life that we don't want, and what we fear will come in and out of our life, that grows and expands that energy. um, and then we eventually, after we feel the feels, there's usually two cups behind, which is the power of emotional choice. And I love it. It's like we go through the maze of our mind, of the stories, and the maze of our heart, our human heart, of what what we're choosing. And this death and this rebirth is this awakening more and more of going, you know what, I can feel my feelings, and if I repressed and suppressed any, I can allow myself to feel them and allow them to move on like a cloud, right? But you're having this rebirth in realizing I'm the one that chooses what emotions I felt throughout my entire life, and I can choose differently. Again, neither is right or wrong. It's just realizing there's a second choice. So brings us a lot of freedom, that we're not trapped within this choice of just those fear-based, lower vibrational emotions that we came here to experience. But that when we're ready, we can choose something different, until we get tired of it. I talk about it lately. It's a cold pool and a hot tub. They both feel differently. They bring different results, but sometimes that cool pool feels great on a hot day, but then the sun sets and it gets colder. "Oh, I'm going to go over here into the hot tub." And then in the hot tub, we might feel later like, feel like I'm a boiling frog. I want to go jump into the cold pool for a little bit. Neither's right, neither's wrong, but the guilt and the imprisonment that we feel gets to be released. So I feel like that's what's coming for you here, is a significant transformation, because that death card is a major arcana, which means a significant change that's happening in its regards your emotional outlook on life and your power of emotional choice, realizing no one makes me sad, no one makes me angry, no one makes me happy. I choose all that. So I like it. So that's what they have for you right now, Rishi. So many blessings to you. All right. So let's take a look here, and we will. Ooh, Daisy, you're up next. Let me just take a quick drink here. Got a tickle in my throat suddenly. There we go. So, Daisy, you are up next. So, what does your passed on grandmother want to tell you right now? All right, let's take a look here. Your dad's mom. All right. So, you're thinking about her earlier. What is she wanting to you to know? Stay out of trouble, young lady. She's funny. Um, well, I like this. So, very supportive of you, and the Emperor card here about you choosing your path. Do what you want to do. Don't try to live up to everyone else's expectations. And, yeah, you can listen to everyone's advice, but choose and do what you want to do, because you'll end up at the end of your life trying to please everyone else. And you'll wish you had done more about what you wanted to do, not trying to fit in, because in the end, most people didn't care about it. They, you know, so you alter your life to try to live up to what everyone else wants you to. The Five of Pentacles is them saying that, don't worry about that you're not going to have what you need in each moment. You are taken care of. You are surrounded by so much love, and you will have everything you need in each moment. So try not to let the fear of abandonment or lack, impact you making your choices and stepping forward. Now's the time to live, not 50 years from now when you have a mortgage and all these other responsibilities. They're really saying that, now is the time to live, and before you have so much that's distracting you that you feel like you can't live. So she's telling you, live, 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 but stay out of trouble. I like it. She's funny. So that is what she's coming through. She's very supportive, letting you know, go for it, move forward. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anyone hold you back. So that's what she has for you, Daisy. I like it. Many blessings to you. Right, we'll continue moving down the list here. So, spiritual gifts, Diva Anjali, hello. So, what is coming towards you that spirit would like you to know right now? Well, so you've got the six and the seven of Pentacles. So, definitely, Pentacles is about the outside world, and the seven Pentacles is this kind of like what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. It's like it's counting time in this example here. And the Six of Pentacles is this awareness with this giving and receiving as well. I think we've talked about this before, maybe, but with this appearing, it is this holding pattern that's happening as you look into your tendency to overgive. And if we haven't talked about this, it's because of what happened to us when we were younger. Usually, when our emotional bodies being created 7 years old and younger, we form this rate of emotional exchange based on like let's say parents are usually a good example. It impacts most of us. They're so busy trying to do everything. Maybe we're competing with other siblings, or whoever it is. We have to do so much to try to get their attention, and we get a little bit of it, that we have this rate of exchange that's just way out of whack. We have to give 100 love coins to get one love coin back, and we're children, we don't know any better, we just think that's the going rate, and it seeps into our subconscious over time, and it impacts us going forward until we question it and realize it and bring it from our subconscious and unconsciousness to our consciousness. We bring it into our awareness and go, yeah, I do have this drive to constantly give, and it's uncomfortable for me to accept gifts and allow other people to buy me lunch and do this and do that. And so it's like, oh, okay, now I see where this is coming from. And it was my parents. And they're like, oh, I see it now. And so it becomes aware and it transforms things to where I usually say a little edit button appears on that rate of exchange, and you can get rid of those zeros and make it 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 100. Then it changes everything that you do in the outside world. Sorry, I have I lit a new candle, and it's like the flame is like that big. I'm like, what is visiting me? So maybe someone is visiting us because it like jumped up really big. But definitely there's this time of change and transformation around those beliefs, and so that's what's on tap right now that spirit wants you to just to really look at and spend some time, if you can, just reflecting on who it was. It could be many people that you felt that way when you were younger, and questioning it, becoming aware of it, does change your relationships. And like I for me, it was like school. I had to be at the top of the class as much as I could, and at work, I had to be, you know, in the top ranking. I always had to like overperform in everything. In relationships too, I wouldn't allow people to give to me, which doesn't end well because if you don't allow them to give to you, then they'll give to other people, right? And then we become exhausted and resentful trying to overgive. So it is a wonderful transformational thing for relationships, and that's what they have there for now. So many, many blessings to you there, Diva Anjali. All right. So Rose, you're up next. Is Leo the right person for you? So we'll ask Spirit, is Leo for your highest experience? And see what they say, because that's really what we're asking is, are they the ones that are going to be me my best, highest experience here? Let's see what we got here. So you have the Page of Wands and the Magician. Both of these very fiery energy. Of course, Leo is fire. Because the Magician has a like a magic wand, and the Page of Wands has the wand in their hands too, which really shows this new passion that comes into your life. So, I'm really feeling here, even though Leo is a fire, that there is this newness that's coming into your life, something that it's new passion, new drive, new ambition that comes into your life. So if you guys are currently interacting, I feel like it's something new. Someone else comes in that's more in alignment with who you're wanting to be and where you're wanting to go, because there's this power here of you stepping forward, moving forward and moving in a direction, not waiting around for someone to, you know, choose you in a way. It's very divine masculine energy where it's like you stepping forward and you pursuing, and not that you're going to stalk someone or that you're the one that has to do all the work, not at all, but this is you stepping forward and choosing what you want, something in alignment. And I kind of feel like with this Leo, they it's like when someone shows interest, or we think they show interest, and we're like, oh, they like me, then we get attracted to them. I kind of feel like that's almost what happened with this, is that we can be in this place of waiting, that when someone shows interest, they're like, "Ah, they're gonna pick me," when really, it's like, I really wouldn't have picked them had I not seen interest from them first, or sensed interest from them first. And what I'm seeing, coming for you, is the opposite, where you see someone and you're like, "Oh my gosh, look at them," and then you hear them talk or overhear a conversation, or about them and you interact with them, and you're just like, you really like the person they are too, and so it's like it comes from you rather than that other, is kind of what I'm feeling from spirit with that. So I really don't feel like this Leo is going to be like the right person for you. It's a person for you right now, showing you what you really want in someone, and there being a mirror for you to really kind of work that out. So that's what I'm getting from those cards for you, Rose. So hang in there. I know, many blessings for you. All right. Shay B, you are up next. Excuse me. And you want to know David's current feelings towards you and what's next for you. Okay. So that's current feelings and that's what's next. So let's see here. So the current feelings that they have for you here is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is movement of emotions. So there is emotion there, but I'm kind of getting a little bit of playa energy here, that they are romantic. Um, and it's not, and it's almost like I don't feel like they try to be a player. They're just in love with romance. And I know it sounds bad, but they're like, they don't necessarily care um, who has to absolutely be with. So let me explain that. They're not like, I have to be in love with the person and it has to be the one, and then I pour my heart and romance into that one person, but I wait until I meet that one. No, it's like, maybe this is one, maybe this is one, maybe this is one. Let me just romance, this one and this one and this one, because I love the interactions, I love the flirting, I love the sharing of emotion, but they are not tied to it having to be a specific person, if that makes sense. Because I feel what's next for you, I have the Three of Cups, which can be a joy and celebration and spirit and different things, but I feel like it's like that's them and they're flirting with two people, right? So that's what I'm picking up with these for you here. And I know what is going on with these messages tonight. I'm like, no, I don't like being the bearer of these types of things, but it always happens for us and we ask. And so they're always going to let us know what's important for us to know at this point. And then also that, we want these experiences, we want these mirrors, we want to face these fears we have inside to set us free. That's why before we came down here, people agreed to play different roles in our lives so that we could experience it. And so if it gets raw and if it gets, where we're feeling that fear within us, if we can try to remember that things happen for us and not to us, it can help us become aware and not have to draw out the painful lesson. We can experience the pain and move through the pain, but we don't have to camp out in it and live in it. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like that's what's going on here with these cards, Shay. So hang in there. Many blessings for you there. Sending you lots of love. All right. So Aditi, 444, you are up next. And you want to know for the month of March, what would Spirit like you to know? So let's grab a couple cards here. What are these? And see what they want you to know. I feel like you get this quite a bit, but it's a don't worry, it's not as bad as it looks because this is the Justice card. You can see here, it's got the scales here, and this is like the Ace of Swords. This is March is a month that you're really diving deep into understanding what it is you truly want in your life. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. And I feel like this is what is coming in here for you is you're really questioning what it is that you want in your life. Who do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to be with? It's really this clarity coming in, and those scales allow you to see the difference between what is of your higher heart, rooted in unconditional love, and what will make your heart sing, and what is out of fear, the fear of losing conditional love. These, um, all the stories and everything that we got from the opinions of others growing up. And so you're really getting clarity going, you know what? Am I really trying for my dream? Because it feels empty, and it's like, what makes your heart sing, is your dream. And so when you wake up in the morning going, gotta go do that. That's my dream. That's not your dream. That's someone else's dream, right? So this is you really determining who it is you want to be. What do you want in a relationship? What do you want to do with your life? How do you want to express that love in your heart with the world? And looking at the stuff that's been restricting you and making you feel small. So it is a month of just sorting things out and really getting to the root of it. And I like that for you. So that's what they want you to know right now, Aditi. So many blessings for you. Up next, we've got Leah. You want to know, will you see your Cancer person at the concert in April, or will he avoid you? Well, if he does, he better avoid you afterwards, too. Whoa, no, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Nobody messes with our soul family in this chat. We will hunt them down. All right. Let's take a look here. Well, so we've got Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And we got the Judgment card, which is normally your higher self calling you to this higher place. But it's also the XX, which is double endings and double new beginnings. I feel like that they will. I don't know if they'll avoid you. I just don't feel like you're going to um, interact with them. I feel like there's movement that's happening here because of this double endings and double new beginnings. I feel like things are changing in both your lives. That's why there's a double ending and a double new beginning, and there's movement and thought around this individual. I almost feel like it's like you meet someone else that you're interested in, and they meet someone else that they're interested in. Or you don't end up going to the concert because you end up getting invited to something else, and you're like, "Woohoo, even better." And I just feel like there's something that changes in both your lives, that it's not like uh, a bitter thing that happens. I just feel like you both go, "Who's that?" in stereo, and or "What's that?" And you guys are drawn into something or someone else. So I don't think you're going to worry about it by these cards. I just feel like there's movement of attitude and thought and belief around it all. And so it doesn't feel painful. It doesn't feel, it's like it doesn't bother you at all, is what I'm feeling like. So that's what's coming through, Leah. So March might be an exciting month for you. You might be like coming across either a new best friend or a new love interest or something else that just takes your time that you're just so passionate about. So I like it for you, Leah. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Enjoy the concert if you go. All right, Maju, you're up next. So, messages from Divine for you. Let's see what they have here. All right. Got cards elevating out of the deck on their own. Almost. It feels like it. So, messages from the Divine. Wow. And you got this. This card came flying out. I put it back in and it came flying out for you too. So the messages you have here, you have the Two of Pentacles, which is a very balancing energy in the outside world, and the Six of Swords, which if you look at three swords on one side and three swords on another, it's a balancing of mindset. So there is this, indication here about balancing out of things, both in the outside world and your mind. And you know, I know it shows two people here. I don't feel it's about specifically about relationship or individuals. I just feel like it's everything. There's just this questioning of how you think about things in the outside world, and you're really realizing, what am I fearing? Why is this bothering me? Why does it even matter? And suddenly, it's like something that feels so urgent is just like, oh, okay. Like sometimes we'll think, what example do you want to give me? Like, come on, give me an example. Uh, we can like worry about, like, let's say we like this weekend. Oh God, I want to go somewhere this weekend, like out of town, but then I have to do this and I have to do that, and it brings all this stress, right? And then suddenly you're like, what? I'm just not going to go. Oh, suddenly, there's this relief because the urgency of it's gone, because in an instant the problem just took care of itself in a way. And so, and it's kind of like that, that's the feeling of it. But so whatever is happening here that feels out of balance, there's just some, it will become into balance, but a lot of it has to do with you looking at what is important versus what's urgent, because sometimes urgent things are not important, and you can let the urgent things go. And I know it's so empowering to do that, because we're told so often that everything is important, and it's like, nah, not necessarily. So when you check it and you find out some of the stuff that's bringing you stress and making your life feel that, you're just like, oh, I can throw these things off, and there we go, because those don't matter. It matters to some other people maybe, but you're like, why am I taking on all of their drama as my host that allows me to live in her basement here? She had such an amazing transformation in her life when she was dating someone, and they she had a habit of taking on other people's stuff as her own. And she started dating someone, and they were immediately picked up on it, and they go, well, here, can I give you all my bags of, and they called it something else, but like poo poo caca, here, you want all my bags too, because you're holding everyone else's. And it was just like this, what, and it's like this freedom that came, because it's like, I don't have to take on everyone else's I don't have to solve everyone else's situations. And I feel like that's some stuff that comes in for you. So you realize what's weighing you down a lot is some other people's choices, emotional choices, mental choices, energy choices, physical choices. And you're like, it's not mine to own, you know? So I love that freedom coming in here for you, Maju. So balance comes for you, is what they would like you to know. And it's in your court, which I like. All right. So many blessings to you. Star Girl, you're up next. So, spirit advice on your current situation. Let's take a look here. Get out, run for your life. I'm just kidding. Does your current situation have to do with romance? You have the Two of Cups coming in here. And then you also have the Queen of Pentacles. So, the spirit's advice on your current situation: Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, take care of you. Two of Cups transforms from being romance or in relationship with someone, which that can be family, friends, romantic, work, or whatever. It's interactions with another individual that withdrawing to yourself, take care of you. And this becomes you and your higher self, move inward and nurture yourself. All that love that you enjoy giving to so many people, um, you're the one that deserves it and the one that needs it the most. Your own love. Everyone else has their own storehouse of love within themselves that they could turn to. So you don't have to give them yours. You get to fill up and then overflow. And so this is a time of not, and it's kind of like the what they were just saying too, is you are not responsible for everyone else's happiness in the world, because you can give someone the world, they could still choose to be unhappy. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, why are you choosing to be unhappy with your life? There's so much to be grateful for. There's so much to transform, right? And so I feel like this movement, they're pulling you inward and upward to just really give yourself this nurturing time, whether it's taking a little mini vacation, even a day at a day spa or a hot bath, turning off your phone. If you live with people that you're responsible for, you can be like, arrange, you know what? I want to go take I'm gonna go overnight, a bed and breakfast all by myself, gonna take books and stuff. I need me time. And then you can do the same thing. You can have your time, wife. It's like your partner. You can like, but I need mine, and then you can have yours. But it's important we have this, type of thing. It's you time, is really what I'm feeling from those cards. So that's what they have for you, Star Girl. So you have permission from spirit. So many blessings and much love to you there. All right, Neil, hello. So what did Marashini think about you? Let's take a look here. All right. So you've got two sets of cards here. So these two together with the Six of Swords and the Ace of Cups is they did have these thoughts about you, about, a new love interest, a new possibility of love. That's what the Six of Swords is like a movement of those thoughts. And then there's the Nine of Pentacles too, with the Three of Cups, which, so they've got on one hand, they're like, wow, you could really be someone that could be a love interest. But on the other hand, they're also with their Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. They're questioning if they want to give up their freedom, because they're finding this wholeness within themselves. But that Three of Cups represents like, but what if either it's they have someone other in mind too, like there's a couple people that are like, wow, you have this and that, and they have this and that, and you're different from each other, but what do I want? Do I need to choose? Do I want to choose? Do I want to do what I want to do? Blah 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 blah, kind of situation. Or they're just, you know I'm I, I feel like they haven't been a lot out in the romantic kind of venture, and they're like, but what if, but what else, is there anything out there, it's like when you walk into a I don't want to make this sound so transactional, but this is like their mind. What if I walk into a store and I'm like, "Oh, this is what I want." When you haven't even gone into the store to see if there was something else, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I want that too, or that instead," you know? So I feel like they're in this weird thing. So, but they definitely had these thoughts of, "Wow, I could see that. I could see this love interest there." But there's also this other side where they're just like, "Wait a minute." It's like their heart goes, and their mind goes, "Wait a minute, think about this logically," kind of thing coming in. So that's what's going on. You wanted to know, right? At least they're like, "Woo!" They're a big thinker, and they're kind of keeping their heart like a little pet, going, "No, no, no, you don't get to make decisions yet." But that's what we have coming through there, Neil. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So continue moving down the list. We got Princess Pinky. You are up. So why did you meet this Aquarius? Uh-oh. What kind of man is he? I'm an Aquarius. I think you know that. What kind of man is he? You saw him with another girl. They're giving us a bad name. My gosh. Let me take a look here. So let's see. Why is this Aquarius in your life? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of more of a stepping stone mirror type of interaction for you for your life, because you have the Nine of Wands, which is representing like an energy barrier, of not like something's been in your way where, like when it comes to maybe relationships or some different types of situations, you're not able to get through past this feeling like you have to overgive and overgive. The Six of Pentacles is this card that comes up when it tells us that we have a tendency to feel like we have to give so much to get so little. It's like the attention or the love transaction rate is out of balance, and that's what has this is where this energy is here that keeps you from being able to move past the certain type of interaction in relationships, and it can get into work and school and everything else too. We talk about this because the Six of Pentacles comes up a lot, especially when we talk about relationship readings, because I feel like the world has a tendency when we're younger, usually it's 7 years old and younger, is when our emotional body is being created. And it's during that time that parents are usually so busy, or grandparents or whatever, where we feel we have to do so much to get a little bit of attention. And that's where, as children, we get that rate of emotional exchange. I have to give 100 emotional coins to get one emotional coin back, and it just seeps down into our subconscious and it stays there with that out of balanced exchange rate. And then you feel like, for me, I had to overdo things in school, I had to overdo things in work, I had to overdo things in relationships, and oh, no, 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 I'll buy lunch, no, I'll buy dinner, no, no, I'll buy, no, no, you can't buy me anything, don't buy me anything, you shouldn't have, that whole thing. And it doesn't turn out too well, because we get exhausted and we continue to give, and then we get resentful because we're not feeling like we're getting anything back, but we're not allowing it, energetically. That's why then the Nine of Wands is the energy, even though, like, no, I want them to give things, but this energy we're radiating from our subconscious is telling people, no, no, you don't. And so, how we, you know, what you're learning through all of this is, with this Aquarius, is that you hold the power. You can dive deep into your subconscious and your unconscious, bring that awareness up. So whoever it is that you felt you had to over please when you were younger, that you never got hardly anything back, that's what this mirror is bringing up, so that you can look at it and go, oh. And with it moving from your unconscious to your conscious, a little edit buttons there, and you're like, oh, let me click that and let me get rid of those zeros. And now it's 1 to 1, save and put it back down. And then now it's this equal giving and receiving, and you'll draw a different type of individual to you instead of having that old belief system there. So that's what they want you to know right now, Princess Pinky. So good luck with that Aquarius. They're crazy. I know. All right. In a good way. All right. Many blessings to you, Princess Pinky. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. We have Anya Ahuya. Hello, and a general reading for the month. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now for the month of March. All right. What do we have here? All right. So you have the 5 of Cups here and the Ace of Wands. So there really is this empowerment month coming in here, because the Ace of Wands talks about new passion, new drive, new ambition, and recognizing your power, that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. The 5 of Cups is this awareness that, yeah, we feel all sorts of emotions. We came down here to experience the 3 cups that are spilt, which are disappointing emotions when it comes to relationships and then situations and things. So all 3 cups are all 3 different areas of our life that we experience as a human. And we came down here to experience that. It's like going, we want to enter this maze that we go through here, in the mind. There we go. But which is the heart, and we go through it, um, but we find our way out, because there's usually 2 cups behind, which is also a power of choice, a power of emotional choice that comes in. And it allows you to really grasp your power. Like whatever you focus on grows and expands, and you get to choose what emotion you want to grow and expand as well, which there's nothing wrong. We always have a choice between our energies and our thoughts and our emotions, and it's all up to us. Even though we feel like we have these habits of thinking that a certain thing is supposed to mean a certain thing, and that a certain thing we're supposed to feel a certain way, we get to choose it. We get to change our habit. We get to transform it. And I just feel there's this spark that happens within, life, that allows you just to really go, you know what? I don't want to feel this way anymore. I felt it, and I'm been living in here, but I want to flow through it, and I want to let it go. So I feel like there's this purging. It's almost like there's a stopped up sink, and you have just plunged it, and now all of a sudden is it clears, and whatever was clogging your life, there's just this movement that comes in, and I like it. It's just very freeing. It just feels very um significant, like end to uh wanting to feel a certain way. It's like you're really just sick and tired of feeling a certain way, and you're like, I'm done. And you release it, and there it goes, and it opens up. And this flow happens, this energy returns. You feel passionate about life, you feel excited. It's like a cloudy day and the clouds part is kind of what I feel for you, for this month. So I like it for you, Anya. So many, many blessings to you. I like it. All right. So, Mira, you are up next, and you like a general reading for the coming days. Let me take a quick sip here. Let's see what Spirit has for you here. All right. Well, I like this for you. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is an ending and a new beginning in your outside world. And because you got these 2 cards together, which is the World card, which is endings and new beginnings too. But the Emperor here, is there too, which I like, because basically you can look at both of these together as abundance, victory, ending, a new beginning, and uh, you're the one that's initiating it, because the Emperor is you, this Aries energy, which also has to do with new beginnings. the Aries energy with the Emperor. So you definitely have this change that's coming, but it's you make the decision with the change. Like if you've been at a crossroads going, I don't know if I should do that or that. I don't know, should I stay or should I go? Da 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 da. And you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like you come to a decision and you make it and you decide it for yourself, but it brings a great reward. It brings a great feeling of wholeness, especially in your outside world. And so it just allows you to make movement. It allows you to have this change. Because after the world card is the Fool card, which is about a new adventure, jumping off into something new without so much limitation and restriction. So I feel like you are making a significant decision with it being the Emperor, and it's time. Yeah, it's definitely time. So everything is aligned up, and it's ready to go. So I like it for you, Mira. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So let's continue looking down here. All right, LA. So, what good karma is coming your way this month? You've been the bigger person for so long now. You literally just got robbed, like robbed, or someone like not like gunpoint or anything, I hope. But let's take a look here to find out what good karma is coming your way this month. Well, I like it. Okay. You do have the Chariot coming in here, which is victory and movement, and the Four of Wands, joy, celebration. Might even have a party to attend to and go to, a wedding or some sort of celebration. The Chariot card really allows you to see here too that one of the big things that comes through everything is you get to experience your power. This is the power of choice card, which allows you get to choose what something means. Any event, anything, even with whatever this situation is where you have you've defined it as being robbed. That's a mental choice of the story, right? And the emotion we choose to go through anything. We get to choose what we want to feel as we go through it, and we get to focus on our energy. So every moment is always a choice: stories, emotion, and energy. And um, if we can focus our energy, on what we feel is missing, what happens in our life that we don't want to have happen, or it's in our life, or what we fear will come in and out, we draw and we magnetize ourselves, and we draw this stuff in, right? When we begin to raise our love vibration for ourselves and our self-love, we start focusing on gratitude, what we do want to draw into our life, focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, all those things of the higher realm, then we magnetize ourselves higher. We draw in different things into our lives. So I feel like that what they're trying to let you know here is like, yeah, you have a lot to be thankful for, a lot of joy, and transforming and focusing on gratitude brings in a lot of things to be grateful for this month, for the month of March. And so I like this transformation, this focus of energy, and this um, reevaluation of events, and going, okay, what rather than looking at when we focus on the lower vibration, we look at this happened to me. When we focus on the higher vibration, then we focus on why did I want this to happen for me? Because when we go, who ordered this for me? And they put the little order shipping sheet manifest in front of us, and there's our signature going, you asked for it, you got it, Toyota. And it's like, why would I have asked for this? Or like, I don't know. We just know you were up there with everyone else, and there was a lot of tequila bottles bills while you were signing, but we don't know why. That's what some people said. You know, why did I have this in my life? I said, here, hold my beer while I, you know, order what I want for this lifetime. It's like, what were we thinking sometimes? But we don't see the higher impacts of our life of these things that we chose to come in. But we can start looking at it and going, why would I would have wanted this to happen for me? You know, it empowers us. Um, we choose the family we wanted to be in for a reason, on purpose, for a purpose. We chose our mother, our father, our family members. We chose it all. And I feel like the what's good coming this way is that you're learning this beautiful power to choose, that you don't have to worry about what comes next. Because when we feel like what something means and how we have to feel or whatever, depends on what comes, then we do feel out of control. But when we realize I get to choose what it means, how I feel, and what energy I'm going to invest in it, it doesn't matter what comes next because I get to decide. So there's this big, huge transformation that comes in with this chariot card, and the Four of Wands is stabilizing energy. Four is a very solid number, but I like it for you. And you can ask yourself, why did I want this to happen for me? And see what comes through. I like that for you, LA. Very freeing month for you, and it's perfect for springing forward this change, this alteration that comes. The yield at your money. Mm. Well, you are always choosing your emotions. So, yeah, uh, I know, you know, we every moment we're choosing. So we're either choosing emotions and thoughts and stories related to fear of losing conditional love or of unconditional love. So we're always choosing. So we have no choice not to choose. We always choose. Even not choosing is a choice, right? But we do have that. So I know my heart goes out to you. Um, you know, it's like your grocery money is missing. You know, um, try to reach. It's like, what are we fearing? We have an opportunity to reach out to friends and family and say, this happened, can I ask for some help? Oh no, God, I would never want to ask anyone for help. I know that would be me. No, I'll starve first before I ask anyone for help. But sometimes maybe that's what comes in here, and it's like, well, maybe they needed it more. They have 5 children that are starving or something, and they did it because they want to feed them. It's like, we don't know. We don't know the big picture yet, but that's what spirit wants for you right now. I know. They're potheads. All right. All right. Well, hang in there, LA. Try to take some deep breaths. I know right now it's fresh and raw, so you're probably not super excited about hearing those messages from spirit. So just try to take some deep breaths and come back to SLA. So, all right. Cheery, you will be up next for the next free message, but I do have a donation. Hey, Christy, thank you so much for your donation again. And you would like some spiritual guidance? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see. Picturing things are flying here. All right. And that. And I feel like we also want an animal spirit wants to speak to you. All right, there we go. So we'll see what that is here first. Wow, got fire ant. If you have not experienced fire ants, let me tell you, they are very interesting animals. When I lived in Texas, um, They have this little burny acid that when they bite you, you don't it doesn't hit you right away until you have, like, 10 of them biting you on your foot, because you're, barefoot, and, uh, and they leave you little welts. It's very, eye-opening. But this is about, aggression and rigid thinking and following orders. Ooh, very fiery energy, right? So the fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find your own self stewing on a person or a situation, only making things worse. So, how can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Wow. So, when you're in balance with the fire ant energy, you can be thoughtful and disciplined. When you're out of balance with the fire ant energy, then you argue, you have excessive heat and gossip. To bring this energy into balance, solo time and walks at night. So if there is something that's been uh, biting at you, allow yourself to feel that. It's okay. We come here to experience all emotions, you know. But when we're tired, when we're sick and tired of feeling an emotion, we can choose differently. But a lot of times in spirituality, especially, there's can be messages of like, no, you're not supposed to feel any fearful emotions or anything related to any of those things at all. It's like, no, we come here to experience those, but when we're done, we can change it, but we also don't want to suppress it and not feel it and stuff it, because then it just gets bigger and bigger. The little ant pile grows bigger and bigger. Before you know it, you have a ton of ants. So I like this coming in here for you because it is a message of allowing yourself to feel the feels. And let's see what else we have here. Okay. Well, yeah. So it might be that something is taking a very long time to unfold and to come forward, because we've got the Seven of Pentacles here, and then the Knight of Pentacles. This is like, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. What is this is watching the grass grow. It's the slowest moving night of and all, because it's the outside world. The other, wands and cups and swords are all about our inner world, which things move faster there. But the outside world has its season, so it takes time for things to unfold. And I feel like maybe there's maybe some frustration around something not unfolding fast enough. Someone's not responding fast enough. But you also have the Page of Swords and the King of Swords that are coming in here. And I like this for you because they both have the power of the Ace of Swords with them, which allows them to see things from a higher perspective, cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve. And especially around, timing is a huge, probably one of the biggest uh, challenges. One of the biggest challenges of the human is that we're in this time, we're in a linear time, where spirits and divine timing, and they're outside of time and space, and they're just like, you know, they understand our frustration because they feel all our emotions, and like I get it. Um, but when we learn to trust that everything's going to unfold in the perfect timing, then the fear, because that's what's really at the bottom of frustration, is fear. It allows us to float away, allows us to move away from the frustration, um, and um, and trust that things are going to appear exactly on time. What is it? If you watched Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, a wizard is never late. They always arrive exactly on time, even if it's not everyone else's time. But I do like this for you coming in here because there is this freedom that comes through that. And um, so, whatever this thing is that is bubbling underneath about timing and uh, that's usually it's going to be the future because it is always about is it going to get here in the nick of time or not, so that's what they have for you. So um I know, right? Trust in the timing. Let me see if there's anything else. I feel like there's something else here. Okay. Yeah. So you got the Six of Swords, movement of thought and belief, and the Three of Pentacles. Here are growing more things waiting for 'em to grow. But this is about also being true to your authentic self. So this is telling me that a lot of the fireness, the frustration maybe isn't coming from you. It's coming from people around you. They're showing me now, like you driving, and you have all these kids in the back seat going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" You're just like, I'm gonna turn this car around. But I feel like that's where the frustration's coming from is other people putting pressure on timing when you're just like you're okay for yourself. I feel it's more the other people that is where this frustration's coming in. So that makes sense. All right. So thank you again, Christy, so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate you. Yeah, that's right. Just put some fire ants in their bed. That'll teach them. Ants in their pants. Duh. Boom. It makes total sense now. Right? They've got ants in their pants. That's it sounds like you're getting that. Um, that's what they used to say when I was younger. Just sit down. You look like you got ants in your pants. So too funny. So you can they get to decide for themselves, right? So can other people put pressure on us? The pressure is our fear of letting people down. I know that's a big one. Um, but it's like, well, that's your pressure, not mine, right? I like it. But again, thank you so, so much for your donation, Christy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, yeah. Too funny. All right. Well, again, thank you so much. Many, many blessings to you, Christy. Appreciate you very much. All right. So, Cheery, you would like an angel message. So let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. Well, I like this for you. The angels, you have the 10, the major arcana 10, which is the wheel of fortune, which is things changing and switching, endings and new beginnings that really even your human side feels like it's fortunate for you. And I like this because the angel message is bringing in the emperor, which is you initiating the change, you having this new start. This Aries energy is this ending and new beginning kind of approach. And but the emperor is like you independently deciding what you want to do and where you're investing your thoughts and your emotions and your energy because you know an emperor has a whole throne room full of people with opinions and advisors. Like we have all these advisors in our world, right? Blah blah blah, this is what you should do, need to do, blah blah blah, and we're like, and you think that you have to please all the people all the time. There's like no way. And so it's like angels are telling you, you decide. Everyone else is going to have to decide. You're not going to be able to please all the people all the time. They're bringing back to me a situation, and this was when I was earlier in my life, probably around 19, 20 years old. And I went on vacation. I worked in a big cubicle kind of office area. And when I came back, I had grown a goatee, or kind of a goatee at that age. It was mainly there, but you would think I would have, broke a law because people were like, "Oh my god, shave that thing off. I like you clean shaven." Other people are like, "Why are you doing a goatee? Grow a whole beard," you know? Other people, "Oh, just have a mustache." Other people, "Have the long chops, with just the long sideburns." And I was like, "There's no way that I'm gonna please everyone because I can't, go around having like, the the facial hair stuff that they have for the movies and just put stuff on when I see someone coming and rip it off when someone wants me clean shaven, you know? So it was like that. You have to decide for yourself, you know, what you want because you're not going to be able to please everyone, and it's okay. Everyone could just as well choose to be happy about your decisions, but they were choosing not to, and that's okay. That's their choice, but it's outside of your control. So I really feel like they're saying it's time for you to choose for you, and I like that. So that's what they have for you, Cheery. So many, many blessings for you. All right. Angelina, you are up next, and you'd also like an angel message. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. All right. So you've got the Ace of Cups coming in here, which does have to do with, in this case, it is kind of like a romantic kind of situation. The 5 of Wands, I like the way they have it here. You can see how he has one lip match and the match book here, all these others. It's like, oh, you may not want to get that too close to here because this is like um, an explosion of passion that feels like in the beginning a little conflict, a little bit of uh, heat as far as like maybe a heated interaction, but it eventually, just as I said, I was about to say, eventually poofs out. I had another little candle that just went out, all the smoke. It just poof, it transforms, it changes into something that doesn't feel as conflicting and as like a battle. It's more fluent. And so it's like this situation where you meet someone, and in the beginning, you just rub each other the wrong way. Like you're just like, "Grr." They're just something they're saying or doing is just having this fire just well up within you where you're just like, remove all weapons, any sharp objects away from me right now because I don't want to kill him. But I feel like as you get to really get to know them, either throughout the night or throughout the week or whatever, that things transform and things change for you. And so the angel message for you is like, um, just know that the first impressions aren't necessarily what's true, and to give things time to open up and to unfold because you might cheat yourself out of a significant love. And it can be friendship, it can be romantic, but they're just like, just be aware that sometimes the most fiery people that really can end up being some of our best friends because they're showing us things about ourselves, and that's why we get all that triggers are happening because we don't like what we're seeing in the mirror of them, right? So I like it for you. So yeah, you're like, uh-oh, who's this going to be? Or maybe you already know who they are. You're like, I know, I met him yesterday. But that's what they have for you, Angelina. So many, many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So continue moving down the list. And so Starfall, you are up next. Hello, hello. Anyone to describe your next partner personality and looks? Let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know. We came down here for the surprises of things, and so they try not to tell us too much about the future, but they'll give us little tidbits. All right. So we do have here. You have the full card, and then I think this is the nine. You have the nine of swords. So, nightmare card, insomnia. Oh, no. No, this is good because this combination tells you something about their personality. Because the Nine of Swords does is about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets that would have kept us up at night. A lot of expectations, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos. Kind of like I was talking about a little earlier, trying to please all the people all the time. They realized impossible because the full card is about jumping off into a new adventure, a new journey, leaving all the expectations behind, freedom, not having so much restriction. So, a part of their personality here really is this. Uh, they knew what it felt like, where they felt caged and restricted, and almost felt like smothered by so many expectations that they like the freedom, and they have learned to appreciate things instead of restrict it. Instead of trying to, like in this case, try to put that butterfly there that's on their finger into like a cage or into an aquarium or something to contain it. They allow it to be free and allow it to be itself. And they're appreciative of it for what it is instead of trying to capture it. So I like that freedom and everything that comes with that. Um, the energy I feel around this as far as looks is someone who's, like, down to earth. I feel like maybe they would've, like, been so strict, almost like military, like, maybe even a military child. They just feel like they had to have their hair a certain way and dress a certain way and so stringent that now they're more earthy. I feel like they have, maybe facial hair and longer hair, not like, necessarily like a ponytail and or a man bun or whatever, but I feel like they're just more down to earth, more of a jeans and t-shirt type of person than a suit, just really a relaxed, casual, calm, type of individual because of what they went through and what they've overcome. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings for you. I like it. All right. So moving on further down the list. And I'm a little past my top of the first hour. So I usually like to do a quick public service announcement to let anyone new that's come in that how this works. I'm usually on for 2 hours. So I'll be on for about another 45 minutes or so. I do go in order for the free readings, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list. So I just go down the list there. If you put a question out there, that's when I'll pull cards. But if you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what you're wanting a reading on, and we'll just pull cards around it. They're the ones that need to know, not me. But if anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize that to honor that energy exchange. So I step outside of the free readings, complete those. I do go deeper into those readings than I do the free ones. I can do like one or two cards for the free, go a little deeper in for the donation readings. Then once I'm done, I step back in where I left off in the free readings and continue to go down. I don't often get to the bottom of the free readings. But because it gets very long very fast. But I try to do as many, and as I get towards the end, if I'm not able to get to everyone, I will tell you some alternatives. And the good news is that this starts my busy weekend. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I'm on twice a day. So I'll be back tomorrow morning, and both Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then also 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Wednesday through Sunday. So I'll be there in the evening too. So that's the public service message. So that's what we have for now. Now back to the regular scheduled program. And thank all of you for all the thumbs up you've given the video too. It's something that you can do for free. It seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm loves it, loves it, loves it, and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami. Really appreciate it. All right. So, Sunshine, you are up next. So, what is happening in your future spouse's life? Ooh, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here. All right. What else? Oh gosh, got so many cards flying out. They have a lot going on in their life, but we're zeroing it in for right now. As the world turns. So they have the world card, which they have. There's all this stuff happening, which makes sense now. They've got so much going on. They've got the world, which is ending of significant cycles and the beginning of new adventures. So they're reaching some very pivotal points in their life, with it being the world card, a major arcana, and it is switching, it's changing. They're having some experiences. Then on the other hand, they have the Knight of Pentacles where there's all this other stuff that's taken their good old time that's unfolding. And so they're balancing the quickness and the change of all this stuff while other stuff is just taking almost um, too much time for them, because this is like a patience kind of card going, it takes time for things to reach the outside world that they're working on, but other things are moving lickety split. So I feel like they're someone that always has something going on in the pipeline, as they would say when I worked in the corporate world. There's always something new that they're working on, something coming to fruition. And there's all these, it's like they're spinning all these plates, and not that they're coming crashing down, but they're ready. Maybe more of they have all these potted plants, these like fruit and vegetable plants, where these are coming to ripe, and then these a month later come to ripe, and these. But he's managing each one of those. They are all, they're managing each one of those. And they're always planning something new, always planning something new. So they always have several things going on, and they're able to handle it, which is pretty cool. But they also can grow, impatient about some other stuff going, come on, I want it all done. But if they had everything all done, they would just have more that they would do anyway, because they like having things also in progress. So that's what they have for you right now, Sunshine. So many blessings to you. At least they're not a lazy bum. Oh, that's a judgment. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, Starfall. Yeah, exactly. You'd probably be a flower child. Too funny. All right, Blueberry. Hello, hello. And your name is Tareem. Hello. And you want to know, in what circumstances will you meet your future spouse? All right. Wow. Came flying out here. This one right here. Okay. Wow. So you've got the Six of Wands here and the Strength card. We'll talk about these. The Six of Wands is about recognition, being recognized. And I feel like the situation that you're going to have is that they see you somewhere, or you see them, and so you're like, oh wow. And whoever recognizes who. And so it's someone that's up on stage. I've been getting this off and on here, where it can be maybe someone at a wedding, they're up on there, or they're speaking somewhere, or singing karaoke, or whatever it may be. But at a higher physical level, where people are seeing them and they're being recognized, and you're just like, oh wow. Or you're being recognized and up on stage, and they're like, oh wow. And then that's where this spark meets, and where you meet them. So, I like that. I saw the strength card here and I thought maybe it's at a gym. You see him at a gym. I'm just kidding. The strength card is about while you're waiting for this to happen, though, while you're waiting for the circumstances, it's really important for you to focus on this relationship with your higher self. Because this little dragon, Quetzalcoatl, whatever type of being here is our human side, and this is your higher self. And there's about this relationship that's very important for you to be working on while you're waiting for this circumstance to happen and unfold because it's being delayed for you to work on that self love to expand it because not it's a win-win because the more you turn inward and upward the more fuller you become because that's what you're truly searching after is this love on the inside with the upper realms, but it also changes your whole ability to receive and give love in the human world because we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than the extent we love ourselves. So as we expand our self-love, then the amount of love we can give and receive from your like your future spouse, the better it is, right? So it's an important piece of that so that you both can feel the love that you want to give to one another. So I do like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Blueberry and Grace. You'll be the next free reading up, but I do have a donation. Shinmei, thank you so much. You want to know Diksha's current feelings for you and what is she thinking? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so those are all current feelings. Okay. And then thinking, thoughts. Wow. All right. All of those. All right. All right. Wow. So we've got so the feelings are we've got the death card here, which is the death and rebirth. And the we have the lovers card, so da da da, and then the king of swords. The king of swords is a big thinker, so a lot of which the death card, what's happening here, the change, the rebirth has to do with their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets around what a around love, around the feelings for you. So there is this change happening because the King of Swords here with this Ace of Swords, it allows them to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and slice away some old ways of thinking that were more related to fear. So I really, these cards together are telling me that whatever feeling she had around love is changing and it's transforming here. Now let's take a look here at the other cards that came out because that's going to tell us. Because that could be one way or another, right? It could be like, oh, they're totally changing their idea around love with you, or wow, they're totally changing around their, their feelings around or their thoughts and expectations and beliefs are changing around love with you. So let's take a look here and see what we got going on here. All right. So we do have the Magician card and the Six of Swords and the Four of Wands. So again, there's this the Four of Wands is about marriage, can be marriage and celebration type of energy. Six of Swords, movement of old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. But this is choppy waters to calmer waters. And the Magician is about positive, um, you know, focusing energy, um, activity, new passion, new desire, as well. So with these three coming in, it's telling me that it's in a positive way that their feelings are turning for you. And there's this interesting side kind of message that's coming in here too, which this may make sense for you because this is the Three of Wands is taking a different direction in regards to their feelings of worth and where they would feel that they would be getting their sustenance from. These are feelings of abandonment and lack, being left out in the cold and being left behind, and they're changing. Like, this is a direction where they are purposely changing where they're looking for their sustenance, and they are altering that. That's altering things about their life. They're really going through this, what's most important to me in regarding worth. And um, I kind of feel like they're going through this almost like a little spiritual awakening too, that they're trusting that it's the source, mother and father of all things, the creator, that brings them what they truly need in each moment, even though it might come through man, humans. Um, and so I feel like there's this little side thing happening that's really influencing those thoughts and those beliefs and mindsets they have around lovers and marriage and everything else. They're seeing that life is so much more than just defining yourself by those things, that the person you're going to be with, and um, the interactions, and the um, relationship, just the deep connection you have with someone is more important. So hopefully that all makes sense for you there, because it just feels like there's a positive change though that's coming in with all of that. And so that's what they have for you right now, Shinmei. So um, hopefully that did resonate, and that makes sense with what's happening in your life right now. But many blessings, and thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Okay. And so we left off with Grace. So, Grace, any blessings coming to you in March? Let's take a look here. Wow, I just put this one back in and it popped flying back out. You do have the Queen of Wands and the Lovers card. And the Queen of Wands represents really stepping into your power, understanding where it is you want to direct your power and your energy. And she also has a great connection with spirit, which allows her to really dial up. And this could mean romance, this could mean a partnership or a significant relationship coming in, but it also has so much to do with more for you for the month of March, because it's the power of choice, the power of emotional choice. And I feel like with the combination of these two, whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through in the month of March, when you hit a wall or a fork in the road, when it comes to a choice, they're like, dial up your higher self, dial up the your spiritual posse in the sky, because you are building this trusting relationship with them, and your intuition and your gut instinct, and hearing from them. And they will bring you messages, they will bring you guidance to let you know which direction is for your highest experience, and you're able to get answers and make movement and make change. And there's this confidence that comes in with this card too for you. So I really like that for you. It could be love too, but I really feel it goes so much more than that. That it's not just relationship, it'll be like work or education, or I mean, just all these different areas of your life that kick in with that. So that's what they have for you, Grace. I like it for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down. We have lovely Lovey. Hello, hello. And you want a general reading for the month of March. All right, let's take a look here. What would Spirit like you to know? All right, let's see here. All right, tick tock, tick tock. The world ends. The world is the ending of major cycles and the beginning of something new in your life. And the Six of Pentacles, yeah, that is the Six of Pentacles, is about um, one. As far as, like, finances and that type of thing, it really shows that you have some abundance that comes in, because it means you have enough for yourself and enough to share and help other people too, if you so choose. So it's a good card to have there for a general reading. Relationship-wise, it is this balancing out of things, the pendulum going back and forth, the tendency to overgive, though, in situations too. So you have this, change that's coming in, and I feel like it's your change around how you feel you need to overgive, in all things like relationships and work and school and whatever it may be. Like, I overgive, and but if you're getting a whole bunch, especially with that card, it's like balance and try to understand where that's coming from. It always takes us into the subconscious, because we've got the subconscious rate of love exchange that we've got from when we were earlier, usually 7 years and younger. It's when our emotional body is developed. And that's when we develop that love rate of exchange, where we feel we have to give 100 coins, 100 love coins to get one love coin back. That could have been to parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, siblings, friends, whoever it was, that you had to give so much to get a little bit back. Like, to get someone's attention, you had to overdo things and you got a little bit of attention. You had to do extreme things again to get a little bit of attention. So whereas children, we develop this imbalanced rate of exchange, then it seeps down into the subconscious. So something that you can do for March, which I feel like this is a big piece of the ending of that major cycle and beginning of something new as well, is that you look into your past and bring that from the subconscious to the conscious and go, oh yeah, it was my parents. Then that makes the field editable, where you can click on it and edit it and get rid of the zeros and make it one for one. So I like it for you, and that's what they have for you right now for March. Lovely, lovely. So many blessings to you. All right. So next up, we have K-pop. You are up, and you want to know, is there anything that you have to learn to upgrade in your situation? Hmm. I like that little thinking, your thinking emoticon there. Hmm. What could it be? What could it be? What does Spirit have for you here? Wow. So we've got the Six of Cups and the Magician card, which really shows your power to go back and transform some old emotions, some old ways that you're looking at, some memories. This is a nostalgia, memory kind of card coming in, and the Magician is like your higher self and the wielding of power in different ways. But the combination tells me that, you know, um, when we have painful memories, they'll continue to ripple out into our life in different ways. It's like our little inner child who had some emotional things that it went through when it was younger, didn't know what to do with it, and then it got stuffed into the cellar. And so our little inner child is in the cellar with these charged emotions going, I never got to express these, and it's trying to get our attention by bringing these situations in the outside world. So I feel like whatever situation it is that you're experiencing, the feeling of it, maybe not the situation itself, but the feelings that you're feeling around it, not the thoughts, the feelings that you're feeling around it. They're being very adamant about it, as you can tell. The feelings you're feeling about it. Think about the last time you felt that. And then the last time you felt that. Last time you felt that. And you're going to get back to your earlier childhood, because it's something that's been rippling and it's been trying to get your attention by bringing it through all these messengers in the outside world. And the Six of Cups shows us that every moment we have an emotional choice between the fears of losing conditional love and unconditional love. If it's an emotion or a memory of unconditional love, well, that's a good, warm, bubbly feeling, which that's probably not the one you're feeling. It's the, otherwise you don't want to change it. You're like, how can I make this bigger and stay? But if it's related to fear of losing conditional love, which at the very root of that, because anger and betrayal and frustration and sadness and all of those are rooted in fear. So we know that if it's not this emotion, it's this. And if it's this emotion, when we go back and look at it, something that helps us transform is that knowing that when a human goes into fear mode, we go out of our freaking minds. We become cats, is the what I usually use an example, because we hiss and we attack, or we hiss and we run away, or we attack and then run away. And so when someone does something, when someone hisses at us or scratches us, they were acting out of their minds. They were in fear. Because if it's not of unconditional love, then it's of fear. So their actions, if they weren't loving, then they were of fear. And then we can realize that, okay, when we're in fear, we are not in our loving, intelligent, compassionate mind. We're just in survival mode. We go, our brain doesn't want us to think. It's like someone drowning and they're panicking. They might hit you when you're trying to save them, excuse me, or drag you under the water with them because they're out of their minds. They're not thinking. And so when we realize and we look back at a hurtful situation, we can transform it and go and realize, okay, so when that person said that or did that, it wasn't about me, it was about them, their little inner child trying to feel back in control and safe again, because what sparked them into fear was they were feeling unsafe or out of control in some way. And anyone else that was involved in it, including us, we were probably in fear too. So we were in a cat fight. And then we're like, okay, we start to look at the situation differently, look at the person differently, and ourselves differently. And it transforms things. So that might help you with upgrading the situation, understanding that it's probably not what's happening now that is causing the ripples up from within. It's something that it feels like that happened before. So that's what they have for you, K-pop. So many blessings. Hang in there. All right. So, Verinda, you are up next. And will you get justice from court, or will your in laws settle on their own outside of court? Okay, I get it. So, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Well, in either case, you have the Six of Pentacles, which does show that you end up having enough for yourself and extra. So there is reward that comes in. We have the Death card, endings and new beginnings. So there really is this feeling of balance, this feeling of completion that comes in here. So I feel like justice is kind of a fear-based word, if that makes sense. You do get abundance um with the settling here. So I feel like there's this change. I feel like this is the ending of the court case, and then that there is benefit from it. The justice, they're really being careful with that, because they're like, what is justice? It's like, am I going to get what I think I deserve, is really what you feel justice is. And it's like, will you get enough for yourself and you have some extra? So I feel like that it's a feeling of abundance, um, but it's not like it wasn't the King of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles or this woo 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 woo, but it's enough. It's balanced. So um, I feel like I don't feel like it's gonna be handled outside of court. I feel like it's gonna be handled in court, and that they come to a compromise in the with the court going, "We're gonna give you this and give you this, and then we're done," kinda thing. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. I know those are always fun situations, but I feel like that's what's coming in. I don't feel like they're gonna sell outside. I feel like the case has to go to completion, and then there's this balance, because the Six of Pentacles, three pentacles on one side and three on the other. It's like someone didn't get all 6 pentacles. It's like, we have some and you have some. So it's like you either both are gonna be okay with it or both disappointed, and that's totally up to you guys, right? So that's what they have for you, Brenda. So, um, hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. So, divine goddess, describe your next partner's personality and looks. We'll see what they are willing to tell you here. Someone had asked that earlier, and it's like, well, it's about surprise, and they'll give us tidbits so that because we don't get to experience surprise so much on the back home on the other side because we're all knowing, we're connected to the all-knowing mind, right? But down here it's the pretending of what would it feel like to be surprised and to search and to wait for something, right? We don't get to do that over there. So we want to experience that here until we're here. We're like, I don't want to experience that. I want everything to know right now. And they're like, just go with the flow. But anyway, so their next, the personality that I have coming in here, the 5 of Pentacles has to do with these feelings of abandonment, lack, being left behind, being left out in the cold that they had when they were younger. And they really have overcome this, which is great because the 3 of Wands is they chose to go a different route. They chose to not depend upon people for their sustenance, that they really have this strong self worth and they don't look for other people to complete them from the outside world. They took a different route here. So this is a nice approach to that because it means that they don't need you, which I know can freak some people out, right? Or it makes people very happy. Good. I don't want someone who's needy. You don't need me, but I want you. There's a big difference in that, right? There's less desperation, there's appreciation, there's desire to keep it, um, to keep this relationship, to keep an interaction, with someone. So I like that. I feel very I almost feel like a regalness around them, but not like a snooty person, because they are confident, and so they wear their confidence, and it shows in their being. So you'll see someone with strength, with someone who stands strong, both in like stature. I feel like they're taller than others. Um, they have some muscle meat on them, like it's just someone who is really taking care of themselves, and they had to become strong, and they started by becoming strong physically, so that they could be strong internally. So you're going to see someone that is that way. um Nothing too extreme with hairstyle, just a standard hairstyle. I feel like I'm kind of seeing like not so much a Fu Manchu beard, but they do like have like a little uh distinguished facial hair. Not something like ratty like, like mine, but it's just more it's trimmed and cared for. But that's kind of what I see right now with that. So that's what they have for you, divine goddess. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Jalen. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, I don't think. Hopefully, you're doing well. I don't see any questions from you. So you must have just been saying hello. You might not even be here anymore, but hello, hello. Sending you energy right now. All right. So we are down to like the last 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go kind of been trying this for the last couple times, and I've been able to get through some more free readings by going into kind of like a lightning round mode where I go down to 1 card pulls for the free readings. And then I try to get through as many as I can in the next 15 minutes. Um, First of all, before I do all that, in case I lose anyone, I want to make sure you guys know about the free drawing that I have. Well, always a free drawing, but it's a drawing for a free reading. Wow. And here is the link to the video. I do pull the winner on Mondays, so you have through Sunday night to get into the drawing. This week it is for a 1 hour personal recorded reading. So if you're interested in getting into that, please do so. Also, if I don't go deep enough for you, um, March's readings are out, so you can take a look there. That's by each individual zodiac sign. And also, I have a ton of pick a cards that are available on my main page if you click on my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot name. But this is the most recent pick a card that was just came out yesterday. So I'm putting out about 2 a week now because I stopped doing weekly energy updates and I went to the pick a cards. Those seem to be more popular, where people wanted more of those than just a weekly energy update on by zodiac sign. So you can check those out. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given me. If you haven't given the video a like already, I really appreciate you considering doing so, because it does help spread the Zen love. So you can be part of the love tsunami, and it just also helps the YouTube algorithm share the videos of my channel automatically with others too. And so thank you guys so much for all of you that have done that already. I will be back too tomorrow morning. This is my busy time of the week. I'm on 2 times a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll be back 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in the mornings, and then of course 7 p.m. Mountain Time at night for each one of those. If anyone is interested in a personal reading, I do offer those. All that information is in the description box of the video down below. I did add a $10 15-minute recorded video reading to the list too, because some people had mentioned that they didn't need a 30-minute reading, but they didn't want to spend, $20 to just make up questions. So they were like, if you have something like half of that, that would be great. And so I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I did add that on too. So I think that's everything for right now. So I'm going to jump in there. So if you do want me to complete, like if you want to jump ahead of the line, if you make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I will complete that, and I will complete it in this session. I will go deeper into those. So if you want a deeper reading than just a one card for the remainder of this session, if you make a donation, I will go deeper into those as well. All right, blah, blah, blah. Enough of that. All right. So let me take a look here. I'm just going back to where I left off. There we go. Self-love. So we had left off with you. Let me just take a quick sip before we get started here. All right. So how to focus and do well in your studies. So self-love. What does Spirit want for you here? So you have the King of Wands energy here, which is great. It's whatever you focus on. Yeah, how to focus. Wow. Whatever you focus on is where it grows and expands. So how you can focus and do well in your studies is by being aware of where your energy is at. Um, each moment, are you focusing on what you're fearing will happen or not happen? What you have in your life that you don't want, what you feel you're missing in your life, then that grows and that expands. So if you fear like you're not going to do well in your studies, or you fear something's going to happen, then we feed that. But we can focus on gratitude. We can focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and focus on what we do want. Then that brings us and expands that instead. It also helps us stay out of fear, which when we're studying, we're getting all this, if we're fearing, our mind is feeling confused and it's not allowing us to absorb things. But when we're in a calm place, we can absorb information. And when we go to take a test, if we're in fear, all that stuff we studied is gone because we're in fear and we're in our cat mind, not our human mind. So learning to focus energy and calming ourselves down too allows us to be calm during a test and access all that wonderful information that we stuffed in there. So that's what they have for you, self-love. That's their little skinny of a how you can help with your studies. So I like it. All right. So Stella, you'll be the next one. I did get a donation though, so let me just scroll down there. Oh, actually, I got a couple donations, so thank you so much. Um, and I did have, let's see, so Jason, and I think that might be different. Oh, okay, thank you. So that's you. Sorry, didn't mean to say your name on here. So thank you. Better left unspoken. And you want to know what is next in love with your Aquarius girlfriend of 4 years? Let's take a look here. I know those Aquarius. Oh my gosh. All gravy. Okay, good. So let's take a look here. What's next in love with your Aquarius girlfriend? All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it does appear here you've got the 4 of swords and the oh, page of swords. Yeah. I was going to say. So you got the 4 of swords and the page of swords. These actually work very well together because this is the peace of mind card that um comes in here, and it's putting away the old expectations, and they sleep usually on the ace of swords, which the page of swords has the ace of swords. This is about seeing things from a higher perspective, looking at things in a different way. And so I feel like this is bringing in, there's stability around expectations, but there's also some new expectations, a new way of looking at things that's coming in here, because you do have the Hierophant card, which is a significant card being the major arcana, which is about you both really diving into understanding what it is you truly want. So there is this pulling inward, going into a maze in a way of finding out who do you want to be, what do you want, and allowing that to, come into clarity. I think that is the I just noticed. I just got these cards recently, but that's the little Ouija board. What is it? Tell me, what is it that I really want? So you're figuring things out, and that does have to do with the mind and the truths and the expectations and the thoughts around it. Because you have the Hermit and the Moon card. The Hermit is you go inward for an inner search to understand and be guided by the bright light, which is your higher self and, the higher posse team. And the moon is also about diving deep into the unconscious, into the unknown, and figuring out, what is happening underneath the surface. So, with three major arcana that kind of turn you all inward for reflection and understanding what it is, there's this like me I wanna call it the meeting of the minds. Is it's almost like to have a conversation. The swords also represent communication in addition to thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and so they're bringing that energy in with it, that to have a conversation, a peaceful conversation, and just like what do they want next? Figure out what you want next and find out what they want next, because the I feel like it's an important piece of this for you to understand what you're wanting and for them to understand what they're wanting, and then seeing if it's something that you do want to take to another level, or if you guys are fine with the way it is, if you want to wait a year, have like a 6-month renewal review do we still want to do this, or do you want to do something different? It's funny. It's very Aquarian. I'm being Aquarius. It's like they like to do things differently. They like to, surprise. Um, so I feel like that's what they're guiding you to here is there is this important time of self-reflection for both of you, but it's important to ask each other and have a conversation around it, which I know is like, oh, why try to fix something that's not broke? But you don't know what's bouncing around underneath them. Yeah. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. Those Aquarians, I swear. All right. Jaded Kate, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know the characteristics of your future husband? Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? All right. Just looking at the cards here. Okay. Wow. So we have the Three of Cups. This is, especially with the High Priestess here, I feel like they're going to have a spiritual tint to them, a connection to spirit, whether they recognize it or not. They hear and they have a gut instinct. They know things. I mean, I feel like they are someone who people really come to for advice because they can put themselves in their shoes. Quite literally, they are empathically channeling their emotions, their understanding. They're literally standing in their shoes. But whether they realize it or not, there's this connection they have with the spirit world that's there. And so if they're not aware of it, they definitely, you will see it and pick up on it and go, oh my gosh, they are so like they know things before they happen. They just instinctively connect to spirit and get answers and stuff, and they're like they don't even realize they're doing it. So I like that. Very joyful and joyous person too with this here. And the Nine of Cups, which is this emotional stability that they have within them. So with all this, I might even say that they're probably a water sign, or at least have a lot of water in their chart, water moon maybe, because they've got this emotional stability. This they had to like dive deep into their emotions to really know what it is, to find this foundation of their emotions. But I really feel with all, especially all this connection to spirit, and with this Nine of Cups coming in, yeah, and their strength card, which is the communion with their higher self. So definitely a lot of spiritual connection with all of this. So that is going to be one of the characteristics, which I feel is something that's been missing from previous relationships that really left a gap. You know, people thinking it's silly or it's not something they want to talk about. It's something that you want to express and have a partner to, move through things, and to help you grow, and to help them grow, and to go on these adventures, and like, let's go to Sedona and go look at the energy particles, and they're like, yeah, not like, you weird. You want someone that's supportive that way. And so I feel like this is a very important piece of this. Um, with the strength card coming in, I really feel they are aware. So, whereas before I was like, if they're not aware, they're aware, because they've connected to their higher self, and they walk within it pretty closely and consistently, which I like. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? They're like, nope, that's it for the characteristics for right now. They're like, you only get a little bit out of a time, because we want it to be fun. We want it to be, uh, the journey, the scavenger hunt. So that's what they have for you right now, Jaded Kate. I know. So many blessings again. Thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right. So let me see here. Let me see how many we have left. I'm gonna do a couple more lightning round. So Stella, you're worried about your patience quota. Will it be completed? What to do? Please help, angels. I like that. All right. Well, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is things unfold, uh, endings and beginnings, things change. It's fated for you. Even your human side feels it's fortunate for you. So things do unfold perfectly. The Wheel of Fortune tells us too, everything happens for us, not to us. And so with what unfolds, your human will be happy. I know the Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything in our life happens for us. Sometimes our human has a hard time buying into that when it's something that they're like, why would I want to go through this? But the wheel of the I call it the wheel of the tune of for you, the fortune, that it's means that even your human will feel that it's you know good for you. So that's what they have for you, Stella. I feel like that's a thumbs up that things are going to unfold there. So Dollface Diva, general for the weekend. Let's see here. So you have the Two of Cups. So you definitely have a significant relationship that's um, not unfolding, but expanding this weekend. I don't feel like it's something brand new. I feel like it's something that it's either can be a best friend or romantic or family, whatever it may be. It's a significant friendship or relationship that you have in your life, and it expands this weekend. So there's some quality time where significant things are said that really help bond together and clarify things. So I like that for you. So that's the one big thing that they want you to know about. And so we're doing lightning round. That's what we get for now. So many blessings to you, Dollface Diva. Hey, Cynthia, you're up next. Will you and Eric make things work in a relationship by this year, or should you walk away? Let's take a look here and see what is for your highest experience here. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is it's going to take a long time for it to unfold. With the Seven of Pentacles. It's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So, you know, I almost feel like you're not going to have the patience for it, quite honestly, because this is like it's going to take a long time for things to ever come close. It's like you just planted a seed and you're going to wait for the seedling to grow, and then you have to wait until that seedling grows into a tree with branches, with leaves, with blossoms to get the fruit. And so I feel like it's like a long time. And with all this, I feel like the fruit, the fruit that grows, that you wouldn't be um, so uh, attached to. Like you'd be like, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want apples. I wanted guacamole. I wanted avocados. So you're like, eh. So I don't feel like it would like once if you waited and you got into the relationship, you wouldn't like what it ended up being in there. So that is what I feel, the energy that's coming in there for you. I just feel like you you'd end up throwing the plant out the window because it's taking too long to grow, is what I feel. So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. So many blessings for you. All right. Whoops. Move that out of the way. Grab the wrong thing. There we go. All right. Much better. All right. So, Monsi Shawan, you want to know, will Ranveer talk to you? Let's take a look here. We have the temperance card here, which is the patience, that it's going to take a long time. What is this with people taking a long time? But, it always happens for us whenever there's delays. There's stuff that we can work on during things, but the temperance card tells me eventually, but it's going to be a while. So, um, That's what they have for you, Mansi. So I know. What are you going to do? Whenever we're having time waiting, it's time for us to work on our own self love because that's why things take forever, is to turn us inward. So that's what they have. All right, we'll continue moving down here. We're in the lightning round phase. So Farida Ali. So Capricorn, want to reconcile. Should you give a chance after continuing last time? Mental stress. All right, let's take a look here. I know I'm supposed to only pull one card, but two came flying out, and they're the same message. Tower. Things are removed out of your life on purpose, for a purpose. Knight of Wands. Fastest moving knight. Go. Get out of there. Pshoo! So, no. A big no. Don't reconcile. They were moved out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, to make space for those things that are more in alignment with where you want to go, and it's clearing your path to move forward. So yeah, they're definitely saying forward movement, light that horse on fire and go. Do not walk. Do not stop, continue to go. So that is what they have for you. All right. And Kavita Soroha, what's coming towards you in the next 2 months? You have the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups can be the nostalgia card, but it can be that someone from your past is coming back your way. So, what's coming back what's coming towards you in 2 months? We're asking what's coming back to you in 2 months. So, someone from your past doesn't necessarily need to be a ex, but there is someone significant from your past that comes back in that does impact your life. It could be a friend who moved away and came back, or a family member, or it could be someone that you had a love interest that didn't go anywhere, that they went away. It's someone coming back into your life here. So it's someone from your past, though. And if it's someone that you're like, oh God, no, don't let it be them. Just know that you don't have to get back into any relationships with them. They're just going to, if it's someone like that, they're just going to allow you to reflect and see how far you've grown and who you've become. Or if it's someone like, you're like, I hope it's so and so, because we never really got to, because I was with someone and they were with someone, but I know we liked each other. Now it's the chance, something like that could happen as well. But that's what they have for you, Kavita. So many blessings for you. Hey, Morgan the Void. I am well. I hope you are well as well. And what can you expect to happen in March? And let's take a look here. All right. Okay, I did. Okay, you are here. I thought I saw you say something else, and now I see it was a joke. Too funny. Put a little boogie in it. Bump dump. You are funny. All right. So let's take a look here. What can you expect to happen in March? Let's take a look here. Wow. So you have the Chariot card, which is movement and victory, and really stepping into your power of choice too, around what thoughts, what stories you put to situations, what emotions you choose, where you're investing your energy. And I feel like you are really been uh, becoming super aware of where you're investing all of your energy. And that's what's bringing this movement of things, this victory, this brightness that comes in March too. So, very empowering month for you. And just expect a lot of opportunities to choose. So, there's going to be some things that'll be like, well, normally I would choose to be upset about this and blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to choose differently this time. And you're going to see the power that it brings and how it changes things too. So I like that for you, Morg. So that's what they have for you right now. Next up, we have Sarita Malik, Spirit Guidance for you. Let's take a look here. You got the Nine of Swords. So if you've been having trouble sleeping or a lot on your mind lately, this is a good card because it's you're almost to the point of exhaustion trying to live up to everyone's expectations and thoughts, beliefs and mindsets, blah blah blah, that you're ready just to say, I'm just sick and tired of it and I'm not going to do it anymore. So there's this freedom that comes from this. So if you feel like a lot of pressure, a lot of fear of letting people down, you know what? People could just as easily choose to be happy about what you're doing and saying, and you can't control that. So there's this freedom that's coming. The nine is an inner journey. It's the hermit's journey, and you're going inward to really look into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And you're like, let me just let some of this go. I don't need this anymore. I don't need to please all these people because why? I'm never going to be able to please all the people all the time. So there's some really beautiful freedom that comes in here of any stress, anything that's keeping you up at night. Just journal it, get it out, see, bring the fear from the dark into the light so that you can see it for the little, piddly thing that it is. Because when we take the fear out from the dark, we're like, you're not as big as I thought you were. There's we start to really look at the fear and like, okay, it's not as big as I thought it. The impact is as big as I thought it would be. I will find other friends. I can find other family. What do we fear, right? I fear death. And I don't anymore. I'm like, no, that's a win-win. I'm back with the posse again. I've had a good life. It's like you look at things and it frees you. And I like that for you, Sarita. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hogwarts failure. Hello, hello. Should you take the SAT, the SAT? Ooh. All right. Let's take a look. Well, you have the Magician card, which is about taking action, moving forward, recognizing your power. So that would be an affirmative on there because it is action, movement, a new beginning. Yeah, I would have that would be a yes for me, Hogwarts. So enjoy. Yay. I think they had SATs when I was a young lad. So let, we'll take a look here. So many blessings too on that journey, Hogwarts. And then YouTube King 744. Hey, Jasmine, and you want to know, is James upset that you aren't together? Let's take a look here. The Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving. I feel like they are slow to anger and upset. I kind of feel like they just don't let a whole lot of things bother them. I almost feel, and I'm not meaning to stereotype anyone whatsoever. So please, no one take this offense because Spirit is showing me this like Huckleberry Finn with, um, big straw hat and, you know, pants rolled up and a little straw and just going along on a slow Mississippi River, just going really slow. And they're like, they don't let a whole lot of stuff bother them. So I don't feel like they get upset about a whole bunch. So I wouldn't take it personally, Jasmine. But I just feel like they're just like, okay, well, that's the way it goes. And then they just kind of go down the river. And so that's what they're showing me. So that's what they have for you right now. Like I said, I wouldn't take it personally. I feel like that's the way they handle most things, right? Maybe that's why you guys aren't together. You're like, yeah, get. All right. Butterfly, you were up next. So, what's happening for you in love in this and next month? You do have the Judgment card here. And I feel like this is Spirit really drawing you into a more one on one relationship. Um, for these months coming up here, they're drawing you in, to that, you being a butterfly into the cocoon, to reflect, to release those two X's with Judgment card is card 20, two X's. It's like letting stuff go. It's like you're purging and cleaning out, and you're just like, you know what, I'm really figuring out what I want and what I don't want. See a lot of journaling in your future in one way or another, where you're just getting your thoughts and your emotions out on paper so you can see them, and then you burn them so no one can ever find them. But you're putting it out and you're getting it out for you to see. And it's a beautiful process for you because you're really seeing things. So if you haven't been journaling, definitely something to consider. So that's what they have for you, butterfly. And I think so. LA, we took care of that. Christy. Hey, Zed. Hello, welcome, welcome. And so we're doing the lightning round really quick, where I'm just pulling like one card. Here, I'm going to be closing it down here, though. I'm not going to be able to get to everyone, I don't think. So we've got the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a great card. It's about abundance and fulfillment. And a lot of this feeling that comes for you here is because one of the big pieces of wisdom the King of Pentacles realizes is that when they look for their worth in the outside world, they felt very unstable, because things in the outside world are very unstable, like relationships, situations, and things. Relationships, people change, they pass away, they walk away. So relationships are not very stable, right? Situations like jobs and education, social status, just situations you can get in, constantly changing, right? So unstable. And things, our bank accounts, our bodies, our possessions break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, all very unstable. Eventually, we get tired and bored with the instability of the outside world, and we turn inward and upward, which in the King of Pentacles, they, um, find the eternal, unconditional love of up above, from the Creator, from Mother and Father of all things, whatever you believe the higher power to be. Eternal means it never ends. That's pretty stable. Unconditional means we can never lose it, which is very stable. And so that's the stability. And we replace that, um, I call it retail price of the outside world. When we were looking for our worth in the outside world, that's retail, how much we're worth to them. But self-worth comes from self. That's turning inward and upward, and that changes things for you. So I feel like this is a big, important piece of your life, because I feel like you're just sick and tired of being disappointed in the outside world. So that's what they have for you, Zed. So many blessings for you. All right. Let me see here. How many more do I have left here? I just want to. All right, not too many left here. So I know I need to make sure I stay balanced. uh, so I'm just gonna, since I'm doing the uh, lightning round, I'm just gonna do one quick card for a few more people here. I think I'm gonna be able to get everyone in here, because so we'll see here. So, Christy Bivens, you'd like to get a general on love. Well, you got the devil card. I know, right? What? No, pass. But this is a good card, because the devil card shows us what in our life is making us feel caged and small and restricted when it comes to love. They challenge your ways of thinking, our expectations of the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the must, all these opinions that you're given all your life, and they shake it and rattle it to have you go, why do I believe that? Why do I think that that person needs to be this way, blah, 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 that I have to be blah, 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 that a relationship has to be blah, 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 has to happen within this amount of time? We just are given so much rules around love that it just sucks the life right out of relationships. And so the double card comes in, it's our shadow. It comes in to rattle the cage, to make us realize we're in a cage, so that we can start dismantling the cage. We start questioning our thoughts and beliefs, and it brings freedom, because when we have all these blinders that come on here, we miss all these opportunities of love here, because the road becomes very, very tiny, tiny, tiny. This relationship you find in here is on back order for 1,000 years. So as we cut away those expectations, these can ship earlier. And so it's happening for you to allow more freedom on the how and the who You know what the what is, but you're opening more up to allowing a greater amount of freedom to come in. So that's what they have for you right now, Christy. So many blessings to you. All right, Zatavia Wimbush, will you ever hear from NR again? We have the Knight of Cups here, and so this is movement of love, and but what stood out to me here is that they're on the way out, not the way in, and so I didn't notice that before, and so for me, that's telling me that you won't, that it's time for that to go, for you to let it go. And that just allows space for someone else, for the next adventure, for this, something more in alignment with your heart. So I don't feel like you will hear from them again, but just realize it happens for you. So, when a shack burns down and it gets replaced with a castle, we're very happy for that when we realize that's what's going to happen. And so that's what they want you to know is going to happen. You're going to have something so much more in alignment with what you deserve and who you want to be, down the line come in. That's what they have for you right now. It's Atavia. So hang in there. Many blessings and much love to you. All right. Let me take a look here. Hey, Schlock. Hello, hello. Hogwarts, I did get to you if you didn't already find that out. All right, Schlock, you want to know what are Vidisha's current feelings for you? All right. You got the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is new passion, new drive, new ambition, new excitement around it. So I feel like this is saying that they do have an attraction for you. Now, this isn't cups, this isn't emotion. This is more like they have the hots for you. They find you attractive. Their little heart is going ooh, but it doesn't mean that they're like in love. Those feelings are not coming through. Of course, this is a lightning round, so that doesn't mean that those aren't there. But this is the one thing they want you to know is they do find you attractive, and they're attracted to your human body, personality, and all of that. But that's what they have for you right now. So if you catch me at another time, we can maybe go deeper. But right now, we're finishing up on the lightning round portion for the end of the session. So hang in there. All right. Bada bunch. Morg. That cracks me up. All right. Just take a look here. Rise up, Aquarians. Rise up. All right. Kashish. Let me see. Did you ask a question earlier? I don't see a question here. Are you still here, Kashish? If you are, do you have a question or you just wanted a general reading? And while you're answering that, oh, oh, Christy, good. Yeah. Capricorn is definitely, I'm sorry, devil is Capricorn energy. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn rising, so I totally get that too. I like it. All right, PK, while I'm waiting to hear from Kashish, is your life partner near you? Oh my God, they're right behind you. I'm just kidding. You have the Six of Pentacles. And so the Six of Pentacles tells me, I feel like, especially with this clock coming in here, which is not the meaning of this card at all, is it not yet. The time is coming. And now they're showing me the Six of Pentacles with three on either side, which is like there's like this river, and you're on opposite sides on different shores right now. And you'll reach a bridge where you eventually will bump into each other crossing bridges, but the time hasn't come yet, so they're not there yet for you. So I do not see that they are near you yet. All right. And Kashish, last call for Kashish. All right, since we're doing lightning round and you'd be the last one, I'm just going to pull a card here because Spirit knows what you'd be looking for. And Kashish, you have the Page of Cups, which does represent new love headed your way, a new excitement, new emotion coming in. So definitely there is this change, this raising up of love opportunity that's coming your way here. So really be open to it. There's this calling too with the Page of Cups here for you to, while you're waiting, to turn inward and upward and really find the love that you're searching for, which is the love from above, because that Ace of Cups that they're holding is the chalice, it's the Holy Grail. And it is full of the unconditional love of the upper realms, which is what we're truly thirsting after and hungering for. And so while we're waiting and when we expand our self love, then when we come across someone that we're going to love, our capacity to love and receive love is even more expanded. So I feel like that's what they have coming in there for you, Kashish. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Well, we did get to the end. I kind of like that. I don't know if you guys like that or not, but maybe like when I get back to the last 15, 20 minutes, I'll go into lightning round mode to try to zip through and uh, at least get you some answers, because I know there's sometimes like I said, I don't normally get to the end of the free readings. So hopefully, let me know your feedback. Comment on the video if you like the lightning round toward the end, or if you're like, no, just leave people undone. All right. But I am at 2.5 hours, so I am going to sign off for this evening. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you are on then, I will see you then. If not, please know that each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, you hang in there, take care of yourselves. Much love to you, and we will see you soon. Yeah, Kavita, I finished everyone, so it would be somewhere. So you just need to rewind a little bit, I think. I'm not sure where you're at in the list there, but I definitely completed everyone, even lightning round in the very end. So, all right, everyone, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon. You take care.